Everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for being here again. I'm Jill Manoff, Editor-in-Chief at Glossy, and today we're here for a Glossy Plus Talks. Today's topic is a luxury brand guide to the new normal with Deirdre Quinn, who is the co-founder and CEO of Lafayette 148. Before we get started, I'm just going to do kind of a state of the industry, what we're seeing now, and it will lead perfectly into what Deirdre has to say. So pre-coronavirus, luxury brands had been coming down to earth. This kind of is what, I don't want to give a whole history of Glossy, but this whole transition of the fashion industry and how they were becoming more digital savvy. They were, yes, bringing down the curtain, being more open, being more digital, doing transformation. We started as fashion, luxury, and technology. It was even before beauty came into our world here at Glossy, and fashion was like, that was the exciting industry because it was moving so fast. For a minute there, beauty took over as kind of the buzzy industry that was moving at an accelerated pace. But right now, in my book, it's fashion again, all over again, just because they kind of, I'll get there, but they kind of hit, I guess, a block where that's as far as they were going to go into, I guess, modern retail. And now they're catching up again with where some beauty brands are. But again, everybody's making changes now. This chart here shows brands between 2017 and 2019 that launched on Tmall. So this is largely Chinese consumers. They launched brands on Tmall, but you can see the upswing between 2017 and 2019. And again, Glossy launched in 2016, just ahead of when Tmall launched its luxury pavilion, because again, we were seeing the traction among luxury fashion brands to digital, to e-commerce, to even Instagram. Celine has an Instagram now, so I remember when that was all a buzz at the office, which is wild. But yeah, luxury brands are going there. You'll see here also luxury brands that also includes their evolution. They've become sneakers. They're all doing sneakers. I have a hunch that they will all do masks soon enough, designer masks, which has for a long time been a strictly streetwear thing. But sneakers are really the gateway to this luxury streetwear world that's really been booming. So luxury brands have become more casual in terms of the product that they're putting out there. And also, yeah, some of the price points are also lower. So there's evolution there for sure. Gonna move my little guy here. Yes, they've still maintained strict boundaries. So a lot of them have moved out of department stores because they don't want to discount. So that's changed. So a lot of them that, again, made that shift are now discounting on their own direct-to-consumer sites. So no discounting, no selling on Amazon, which again, we'll get there, which that has all changed. A lot of them still don't have e-commerce, not a lot of them. You can't buy a Chanel bag on Chanel.com, let's just say that. But yeah, definitely slow to go there. But now they're all in survival mode. Anything goes for many of these brands. You'll see here a Glossy Digiday survey, so a chart here. And if you're a Plus member, which you should be because you're watching, you'll get all of our research that we're doing here on a regular basis. But this is right now, since March, the biggest challenges for brands. They are acquiring customers. They are responding to changing customer values and demands, which many times customers aren't looking to spend a lot of money. They are looking for those discounts. And they're finding the right marketing channel mix, which it isn't the department stores now. So the brands that were very reliant on physical retail, physical department stores, they're kind of scrambling right now, which is why they've made huge changes that maybe some of them thought they never would. If you can go to the next slide, for a lot of them, that means taking part. We all heard about this last week, I believe, in this CFDA Vogue and Amazon partnership, where a lot of the brands, designer brands, a lot of them are young. They are looking to maintain cash flow in any way, and that means right now selling on Amazon through this new initiative. And last but not least, they are looking ahead to a new norm with a new set of smarter rules. We'll talk about this today, but that often means if they were doing Fashion Week, they're no longer doing a fashion show. That huge investment no longer makes sense. They're no longer sticking to the fashion calendar. They're no longer sticking to department stores and their seasonal drops. They're going to kind of do it their way, and they know what their customer needs and wants, and they want to address the customer and the customer's needs as opposed to expectations that have long been in the industry, and that, yes, everybody's kind of just done things because it's always been done that way, but they can't do that anymore. So we'll hear about that from Deirdre. And right now I want to introduce her. So please welcome, please welcome Deirdre Quinn, co-founder and CEO of Lafayette 148. Hi, Deirdre.
Hey, Jill. Nice to see you again. Always a pleasure.
Yes, you too. Did I get it right? The survivor, the official survivor of luxury fashion.
We're in it to win it. We've been through a lot, for sure, just as everyone else has.
Right on. Well, I will let you take it away, go through your slides, and I encourage everybody, as you're listening to Deirdre, I may chime in with some questions throughout her presentation here, but please ask your questions with the little Q&A feature tool at the bottom, and we will address those at the end. I'll be answering questions or asking questions, and I'll be interspersing some of yours as well. So keep those coming. Take it away, Deirdre.
Thank you, Jill. Hi, everyone. We are a survivor. The company is 24 years old. We started in Lower Manhattan when most fashion companies belonged on 7th Avenue. We've been through, 9/11, close, probably too close for comfort. We've been through the recession, and we launched our direct mail catalog at that point. We moved the fashion company to the Brooklyn Navy Yard, which a lot of people were concerned that our customers wouldn't come to Brooklyn, but they definitely come. If you have the product, they'll follow you. And now we're going through probably the hardest thing that any of us have ever experienced. I think if I add all of the things that I've been through in my life together, this is equal to the combination of everything. So, next slide. Okay, so redefining the business model. As a company, your number one focus right now should be on your customer and finding out where she is and what she wants from you. If she wants to shop online, we want to service her there. If she goes back to the department store, we'll be there for her as well. The most important thing is how you communicate. Communicating to your customer is what does she want from you right now? What does she want to wear? How does she want to feel when she's sitting at a Zoom? I mean, I never Zoomed until this crisis. What makes her comfortable? What makes you let her know that you're here with her and being part of her? Okay. It is about relationships. We have worked so hard to build a fantastic brand, and our customers are extremely loyal to us. And I think more than ever, you have to help her get through this. You have to speak to why does she come to us? She comes to us for the fit. She comes to us for the quality. She knows that she can count on our product now that, especially more than ever, that she's shopping from home. And, I think being able to help understand what she needs and communicate those needs to her digitally have been critical for us. So, we would go ahead and do more, let's say, cashmere and luxe dressing, things that help her get through her day. And, we look forward to her coming back and wanting more of the tailored clothes, but we know that that'll take time. So, we can watch her digitally. We watch her shopping patterns. We see what she needs and make sure that that's what we have for her. We're opening a new collection in a couple of weeks. Hard to believe that in the middle of all this, we're busy focusing on what she's going to need for us later in the year. And we're able to quickly adapt to the needs of each individual customer. It's much more customized and individual today than it has been in the past. Maintaining brand equity while you're still offering her value. So, Inventory is a huge issue for most brands right now, including us. Lots of cancellations, lots of backup. I think we're all going to get great deals, and then it's going to stop because nobody wants to be sitting on inventory and working just on sale. So we're not in a discount trap. Lafayette is a company that manufactures value. What you get from us is a price value relationship. Because we're vertical, we make all our own clothes ourselves, and we give that value directly to her. So, we've never played the market up to market down game, but unfortunately this season we know that we will, just as everyone else, have to deal with it. The company is opening a couple of pop-up shops to move the inventory. We're definitely, helping our customer by giving her, we had this amazing Mother's Day event, and she really responded to us and told us how much she loved us, how much she loved our clothes, and we actually had an increase over last Mother's Day. So thank you to all our customers that support us and help us through this as well, because it's tough times for everyone, especially women's fashion right now. Okay, so bringing the customer closer. Well, customer, again, I think I mentioned customer service is critical for us. She is the #1 priority. My employees know it. Our call center's in-house. So it's in-house, but they're actually working from home and they're doing a great job. So if any of them are listening, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I read the biz rates. I read what the customer wants to tell us about her experience. And, we get a lot of great responses, positive. I always focus on the negative ones, on the ones that, we can learn from. It is absolutely a two-way conversation. We care what she wants. We care. She is the #1 priority. And, sort of the social angle is bringing the new customers to us. Emily is this incredible designer who has learned to do things through Zoom, through social media. She had people in her apartment that she could answer questions. Like, there's this whole modern approach to how you relate to your customer. And it's really such exciting times. We did one Zoom, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, and there was 1,000 people that participated. It was about unordinary women. And there was 20 different countries that zoomed into it. And again, it's just what a modern way to communicate. Instead of having to get on a plane and go to one location and try to see how many people will come, today we can speak to so many more people this way. So, that's the new way. Okay, let's see. What are the key takeaways here? Relationships. Definitely nurturing them, definitely keeping the customer that's loyal to you, finding the new customer. And whether it's a relationship with a customer or with your team, your employees, the ones that are working from home, the ones that are on furlough, that are hoping that Lafayette gets through this difficult time and gets the team back into whatever the new normal is that we weren't going to say. Knowing your value, I think it is so important for me that I know who she is, and Emily knows who she is, and we march in tune to keep her modern, keep her moving, keep listening to her, and making sure that we're giving her what she needs. Embracing change. Well, anyone that doesn't embrace change is in big trouble because it's all about change. I actually enjoy change. As crazy as it is, I live across the street from the Navy Yard. I've come to work every day since this crisis has, happened. And what I've been doing is cleaning my office out. It's like getting rid of the past and saying, what's the future? What's the new organization? What can we learn from this? How can we make it better? So, change is here to stay. It's going to always happen. So I like change. I don't like the way it's happening quickly, but we're getting there. And keep building. We've built this brand over 24 years. I plan to be around for another 24 years, or at least the brand. And so it is about rebuilding and not being afraid to learn the hard way. Just learn quick, fast, and move on. That's my advice to anybody listening. Jill?
All right. Thank you for that presentation. I was going to ask you about content because your slides are so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I
I
got a great team doing it.
Yes, let's talk a little bit about your team because I know, like you said, you've been going to your office. It's kind of the house that Deirdre built, and your team definitely. It feels like I know you to know Deirdre is to know Emily, your creative director, is to know King, and it just definitely has like a family and I know feel to your team. How have you kind of maintained this the whole throughout all of this? Have you kept everybody on board, and how have you kind of kept that feeling going?
Sure. So, I mean, I think it started when the first week that this happened, being in the Navy Yard, we were contacted by the Yard and by the Economic Development Corporation. They asked us to make gowns for surgical gowns. And it just became a natural, like, oh my God, of course we're going to do it. We're New Yorkers. We care. We want to give back. I couldn't believe how happy everybody in the company was to feel that this company could make a difference, and not just about making fashion clothes, but about giving back, about being part of an amazing community, that we were able to get the sewers, social distancing, of course, in. They're still in. We've made thousands and thousands of gowns along with everyone else in the yard. So, I think that the company is definitely a big family in many ways. I mean, we obviously have a responsibility to our customers as well as, to the city and to anything that we can do as New Yorkers to make a difference. I love being a New York company. So as hard as it is to be here, it's rewarding as well.
Yes, for sure. You mentioned you're a vertical company. Uh, Talking to a lot of brands, really the change that they want to make going from here is that they're talking about diversifying the supply chain. I know you own your factory. Has that been kind of a blessing? Has that been a challenge? How has that worked out for you?
It's always been both. I'd say probably now more than ever, it's both. The crisis started over in our factory in the end of January, and we never came back after Chinese New Year. And then the retail stores, we have 15 stores in China, they all shut down. Next thing, the mills in Italy closed down. Then the shoe suppliers in Spain closed down. And all of a sudden, the tidal wave came at us. And we knew it was coming. We thought we were prepared. I don't think anyone was prepared for this. Then the factories back up and running, which is sort of good to see that there is hope at the other side. But now we had to cancel our orders. We had to cut back. So then they don't have enough work. So it's a bittersweet. I mean, the sweet part is that we're one big family, and they have taken so much pressure off of us in New York to give them work, that everybody's become entrepreneurs. Everybody's helping each other. We're figuring it out. We're making masks over there. Our retail stores are back up and running, but it's changed. They're selling through WeChat. It's not just business as normal. It's absolutely more digital, more in the future. Change is good. So we keep learning from each other. So being a global company, being vertical, meaning you're manufacturing all your clothes, is a hard work. I don't always recommend it for someone who doesn't know how to run a garment factory, but I have great partners, and that's what they do, and they're awesome at it. If they're not in China sewing, my partners are here in New York sewing. I mean, they are just amazing people. So, you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with.
Definitely. You do a large business with department stores, wholesale partners. Can you tell me what the balance has been up until now? And I mean, what's the ideal balance moving forward?
Okay, so we started out 100% wholesale. And over the years, we were able to make it 60-40. We will definitely be 40-60 this year. And I would say moving ahead, we want to be less reliant upon department stores. And I don't mean that they're websites, because we're happy to be where our customer wants to shop. If our customer wants, wherever she goes, we're going to follow her. If she's not comfortable and she wants us to be, finding a new way for her to shop with us, we will. If she wants to go to a traditional wholesale chain, we're going to be there for her. It's all about her, and it's all about how you service her.
Definitely. I think maybe the last time I saw you was the store opening for Upper East Side, your new beautiful store. What's your take on physical retail now? Your owned physical retail?
We love it. We
Yeah.
can't wait. I know they can't wait to get back. I mean, everyone that's running a store, and we're opening stores. I mean, we're going to be opening in Phipps, Atlanta in about 4 to 6 weeks. And, again, those pop-ups. But, the traditional Madison Avenue was such a big deal for the company. We waited an awful long time to open that store, and home run out of the gate. And then we opened Manhasset. We're thrilled with that. So, of course we hated that you had to stop, but we don't see stopping our retail growth. We're actually excited about it. I think that the customers still like to touch and feel. They like to have that service. They like our stylists to put their wardrobes together for them. There's different ways that you have to be. You have to be good at everything today.
Yeah. What's your breakdown in terms of your own direct-to-consumer sales of store and e-com?
Okay, so our e-com is quite large. It's our largest division in the company. And the reason that it's so large is because we started it a long time ago. I think we were ahead of many others. We started early in 2000 with our own website. And then after that recession in '09, we launched a catalog. And the catalog has driven so much business to the website. So, people had said at times like maybe the catalog's dead. I don't believe that it's dead. We see when we drop a catalog, we dropped a catalog at the end of April, business picked up immediately. But the investment in the digital department in the company is also critical. What they do, how you learn quickly that what she's looking for, what she responds to, what emails she gets. We used to think you can't send too many to her, and what we've learned is enough is never enough.
Oh, nice. How were you able to send that catalog in April? Was that already set? Have you been finding workarounds with your photo shoots and production and all of that?
Yes, so we had actually delayed. We had printed the catalog and we decided to delay shipping it. So that catalog was done. We decided not to do a catalog in June. We would normally do one in June, but we are coming back strong with our August and September catalogs. We have our photo studios inside the building in the Navy Yard, and we're all very excited to get back to shooting our catalogs and bringing our customer to her house the new fall collection, which is incredible.
Yeah, tell me what else you've been doing on the marketing front. Well, first of all, is live streaming new for you? I know you've been doing some live streaming.
It's definitely more new to me than to you, but we're getting comfortable. I have a Zoom room here now, and Emily's been on it. Her and Dan Lawson did something like Saturday, and it was so fun to watch. It's like, you could be anywhere and you just stop, pull over, stop what you're doing, spend a half an hour to listen and to learn, and not just from our own company, but from other companies. So I think this modern approach is really exciting times.
Yeah, is that working to drive sales or what is?
It's definitely doing both. It's driving sales, and it's also making more of a human touch. It's like, I used to be like happy to be hidden in the back. And today I don't really have a choice. People want to hear our story. And I think as a women's company and women dressing women, they need to hear it. They need to hear it from me. They need to hear it from Emily. Our employees are sort of shooting themselves dressed in Lafayette at home. And, I think this is all just a very modern, great way to build a brand, to build loyalty, to give an understanding of what's behind the scenes of a brand. I think that that's all very exciting times for all brands.
Yeah, what do you see as kind of being a luxury, I guess, digital experience, whether that's e-commerce or Zoom? Like, is it about the production value? I know that you kind of made a little setup for your Zoom, which was top notch. but
It's
what
not
makes
fake.
but what makes for like a luxury digital experience? How can you
Okay.
for that luxury experience online?
I think that it used to be that the website was flat. You didn't feel like you could reach out and touch things. Today, because there'll be people that won't go out. They want to feel that cashmere, and photography can bring that. It's much more modern in its approach. People want to feel surrounded with beautiful things. But you have to almost touch it. And I think what's happening is it's become so modern, the way that you show things, the way that you're able to almost bring it into their house for them. So it's upped our game. It's made it more important for us than ever that she knows when she gets something from Lafayette, it is what you see. It is how what they expect from us. We would never compromise our materials, our quality, our construction, anything. So what we've done is, you flip up the collar and you zoom in on what it is, those little details. Emily is this incredible, and her team, talent for the details. And so I think that you're able to see them much more today than you were even 6 months ago.
Definitely. Is she looking for discounts? Are you going on sale? Are you doing something fancy around sales? I'm hearing archive sale, trunk show, sample sale. I'm hearing great things.
We definitely look, it is a game right now of cleaning out your warehouse. It just is. I mean, we got all the cancellations the second this happened from everybody. And it's a terrible amount of inventory, which is your cash, which you need to turn into cash flow so that you can go back and develop, the future seasons of fashion. So this is a time that it's a great time to shop. So yes, we have our warehouse sale. We had our Mother's Day event. We're going to do some pop-ups. We're going to figure out how to, turn that inventory into cash, give the customer a great value, let the new ones, everybody needs a new white shirt. Jill, you're wearing one of ours today. It's going to be the perfect time to get great things. And then we're going to reduce the amount of production that we make. We've already made that decision. And with that, less will be more. Okay, we don't want to be on sale all the time. We want to sell through. We want to, I really do believe that less will be more after this happens.
Yes. What's the ideal kind of production schedule in your book?
Well, we are faster than most. We were able to stop our fall production, reduce it, and go ahead and make less, because you can always sit on the raw material and turn it into the next trend. We're opening in a couple of weeks resort, but nobody's coming out. No, the buyers won't be coming. Our stores, can't come. Our stores in China can't come. So we will have a virtual showroom, and that will be 3 sets of videos along with flats, and probably we'll send swatches, so that people will still be able to buy, but it'll be a new way to buy, just like, you say, fashion shows and how that's going to work. I think the way that we have our accounts come is changing as well. And as long as we make it comfortable for them and they know that there's a consistency in the product that they're getting, I think it will also be a new normal for the industry.
Yes. What is selling? You mentioned this great Mother's Day event. Would love to hear more about what that was about.
Sure.
And what they were buying.
So blouses was number 1. And I imagine that's because we're all sitting at the computer and you want to look good. So the blouses were 28% of what we sold during that event. Jackets, which are normally about 17% of our business, sold at 7%. So I see, I don't think jackets are going away. I think they have to be relaxed. And I think that will come back as people go out more. Knits, you can never have enough knits, right? They're comfortable pants. Our pants sold not at maybe just a few percent below, but it's all about comfort. It's about that stretch fabric. It's about a relaxed feeling, but you still want to feel good. You still want to, dress, even if it's to sit in front of a computer.
Yeah. Talk about design going forward as work from home and maybe a long-term thing for some of us. How does that impact your business? Will there be more elasto waists?
Women are always comfortable in everything. I think you have to have both, though. I think that we all want to make sure we didn't gain weight. So you want to be able to button those pants, okay, and make sure that you're good. And then you also want to be comfortable. So, I think, good fit is always important. We definitely pride ourselves on good fit. I think, there'll definitely be more of a trend of casual, okay, probably forever. But luxe is still luxe, you can have good, beautiful yarns from Italy that maybe it's more dolman sleeves. I'm not the designer, so Emily. But it's definitely being really tight in our production cycle. We learn fast. You have to learn fast, and we react faster. So as long as you can do both, and you watch the trends, you should be able to be relevant.
Yeah, I was going to ask that because, luxury has such a bad reputation for being slow to evolve. So you kind of jumped, you started moving, you moved quick. Was that that was key? That's why you're here.
You, you know, the reason I found the company with these this husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Sue, was they had the factory. I traveled the world manufacturing, got sort of burnt out on it, lead times, never cheap, never cheap enough. We just said, let's put all our energy into making beautiful quality product and being able to react quickly. We see much more of a custom make in the future. The ability to, let's say you have something that you love and it's your favorite thing and you just want it in more colors. We're able to do that. We're able to make, if a woman's tall and she needs her pants longer, as long as she's willing to wait 3 to 4 weeks, we can make it for her. So I think there's a niche in the market for this much more, luxury custom ability. I think that, your spending power will definitely change. And, we do care about servicing her and giving her the best value and the best quality for what she can get, but giving her what she wants, not just dictating. It's not about you have to wear this. It's about what does she want, watching those trends, learning from her, learning from all of our accounts, what they see, and being able to really tighten up your manufacturing cycle in order to react quickly. The faster, the smarter. I'm positive about that.
Yes. How reliant have you been through all of this? Did you need government loan, funding, grant? What's been going on there?
Phew, we definitely did, as I'm sure most people did. The PPP loan, we applied right away through our bankers, HSBC, and we were able to get it. And that was so important to the company. In order to continue to move forward, we needed assistance. We're privately owned, and it hasn't been easy. And it's actually taken a lot longer than any of us thought. So we furloughed, unfortunately, 50% of the employees, some who might be watching, and we're doing everything we can to get back to normal. But New York has been hit the hardest, and at least in the meantime, we've used that money to pay our rents, to keep our sewers here so that we could make the gowns for the city. And we've also, we have our warehouse. I mean, the guys in the warehouse and the girls, all the people in the warehouse, they come in every day, and they come in because they care. We're very cautious about it. We really do safety first for our employees. That's the reason that I'm not going to be the first one to open stores. We'll be a week or two behind others because I want to make sure that everybody's okay.
Right on. I don't want to skip these great questions coming in. Let's turn to these, and then I'll get back to my own because I have more. But
Okay.
Danny is asking the hardest internal adjustment you've made is it maybe that has to do with employees, but is anything else?
We definitely did a lot of reorganization, or I did the first month that I was, sitting in my office thinking, what am I going to do to change? Because you can't just expect that people are going to come back to the same desk, to the same job, because they're not. And so I was able to, work with HR and work with finance, find out what we needed to change, how we're going to change it, and actually let people know by Zoom that, now you're reporting to you and you're doing this and you're doing that. And, everything has to be different when you come back, because it is different.
Yep, absolutely. Beauty streams. I don't know that maybe that's the company. Hey, girl. They're asking, what are I would assume business. What are the key trends that you anticipate in luxury over the next 12 to 18 months?
Definitely more casual. I think that, we'll still have the bling. We always have this beautiful beaded piece that you need, but we definitely see more blouses, more of a comfortable luxe casual. We're not reacting and trying to say, maybe we should buy less expensive. We think we should buy better. We should up our game. We should be absolutely relevant, because less will be more. But when you're investing in your clothes, you want to invest in great pieces that you can carry along with you for a long time. We're not just a trendy company. We're a company that believes that great product lasts a long time.
Definitely. Here's a question about best practices, I guess, for luxury brands in direct-to-consumer e-commerce. What have you learned kind of as far as doing it on your own website? What's working, or maybe you can boast a little bit that you think you're doing better than some others.
Well, I'm a person that wants to keep learning. I get up every day and learn. So we watch everybody else. We're competitive. We want to be the best, and I don't think we're the best at everything. I think anyone who thinks they're the best at everything, maybe you shouldn't think like that. We always want to keep doing things better. So every day we send out an email blast and we get feedback on, what was the conversion, what was the ROAS, what went on there. And, the next day you have to just be better than the day before. So it's a constant evolution without thinking. I never think we're the best at everything.
Yeah, as you're evolving, kind of exploring marketing, exploring various things, is there a customer for you on TikTok? As you're
I just got my first TikTok. That's me, though. I'm a little old school here. Yeah, I think that you have to pick up the next generation of customers, and if you get stuck and not think about them and where they're going, I mean, Instagram, Facebook, all of these things have become really relevant as a company, and you see it works. So we will, in the marketing, I think one of my bits of advice that I've heard and learned along the way is, now's not the time to cut back on marketing. Now is the time to absolutely be relevant, test new things, stay modern. And the beautiful thing about digital is you can react just as quick as we can with the manufacturing, we can with the marketing and the digital.
Yes. If you had a kind of big picture going into 2020 projections versus reality, how would you compare the two?
Ooh, tough question. Well, I would say we're down 40% from what we thought we were going to be to what we are. Going into next year, I'm going to be very conservative. I don't want to get stuck with a lot of inventory again. So I don't think anybody knows. So I think caution is the best advice that I would give, just as I give to my employees. Don't be excited about a big order, okay? Because we don't know if the customer's really ready to come back out. In our business, we didn't see this huge gain on digital. We didn't. We've seen that May is better than April. Hopefully June will be better than May. We see in China, it's finally back to better than it was last year. But that's taken months to do. So there's some hope from that. But at the same time, it's a big amount to lose that much business when you were like on a roll. I'm telling you, by March 15th, things were awesome. And then boom, you hit a wall. So as an executive, it's like, okay, bounce back, keep the water out of the boat, and everybody start rowing in the right direction. And that's what we do. I mean, that's what entrepreneurs do.
Right on. So still bullish on DTC, still bullish on physical retail. Any other kind of direction from here? And then we will wrap it up.
I would just say the most important thing for me has always been to keep the team together. You know, a great company, a great brand, a great anything is about great people. So my number one focus as an executive is communicating to the staff, you know, staying focused on who you are, not panicking. You have to stay calm, you have to stay relevant, and you have to stay modern. So change means that I have to change, and it starts at the top.
Right on. Deirdre, you have been an amazing guest. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
being so
Jill.
open and honest and for being here today. This was great.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you.